Okay, all right. Thank you guys for sticking around. I thought again, game tonight. Obviously, anytime you have a rival game, you can throw out what guys have done to this point right now. It's gonna get down to 40 minutes of competing at a high level, and I thought our guys have really grown a great deal since the last time we played these guys, and understood, hey, they made a run with about 11 minutes to go, and a couple weeks ago, we probably would have folded a little bit and would have been a little tough for our young guys to continue to compete, but they found a way. They stayed very resilient and gave ourselves a chance down the stretch to win in a highly contested game.
Tom brought it up, but is this the best example of the growth you guys have made? I mean, even just since the first game of the season?
Well, I thought we did a pretty good job this past Saturday, likewise, on the road in a hostile environment. I mean, obviously we're here at home, and it's a little different. And, our young guys are still trying to learn, college basketball. You go on the road, it's one of the hardest things to do is to win road games, and you got to try to do a great job of winning home games, and you got to do whatever it takes to try to win home games. But we definitely have had some growth in regards to being able to handle runs and come back out and try to put some consecutive stops together. And then now we got to execute and try to get some offense, and we've definitely made a lot of growth in that area.
What do you think about the crowd? The student section was packed. I mean, it was rocking there towards the second half.
No, we had a great home court. I mean, we really did. Our fans came out and got behind this group, and we really appreciate them being here tonight. Well, hopefully we're able to have those guys stay with us and stay the course with this group here. And anytime, again, when you're building a program and you have a lot of young players early in that growth period, you're going to be in highly contested, close games like this right now, and they're going to have to figure out how to win those, and a lot of times it gets down to execution. It gets down to who can be your go-to guy that can get that done at the end in terms of making a play, whether it's at the rim or whether it's a contested shot. But you go through that a little bit and stuff, and we went through that a little bit tonight. We went through that for about a year and a half at Fresno before we found the go-to guy that could get something done and finish games. And that's a process. That's a process, but we're going to get there.
Are there guys stepping up that you're seeing they can be that go-to guy?
Well, I think that's over time. You know what I mean? Again, that could be over an entire season. It took Tyler Justin 2 years to be the go-to guy when he was a senior in his third year. He was a guy at the end of the ball game could close the game out. He could close it out in execution with an ISO. He could close it out, at the foul line. But that's just growth. That's just having an opportunity to play and gain valuable experience. So that'll happen over time.
How about free throws?
We work on our free throws. I mean, we work on them. We got to get there and knock those down, and especially in pivotal games and close games like this, you have to make your free throws. They make give them credit. They made theirs. I think they were 11 for 14 from the line, and we were 50%, and we left some hanging out there that we really needed.
Coach, they go on a 13-0 run, then you go back on a run for your own. Is that just a testament to your resiliency on this young team?
Yeah, the guys gonna learn to battle. The game's 40 minutes. It's not a 24-minute, 27-minute game. It's 40 minutes. It's a long way to go in this game right here, guys. And there are a lot of possessions to be had. So, we got to compete. We got to keep fighting right now. You'll be right where you need to be. Just keep working the game. And 2 weeks ago we probably would have had a tougher time working the game. And then there's also a time when you got to trust your teammates. Okay, don't try to go get it all back at one time. Don't try to go play hero ball. Okay, just continue to execute what we ask you to do, and we'll get what we need to get to, and we'll be in position to win the game when it's time to win the game.
What was the process like getting Ante back onto the team, and what did he do to you guys? I know you guys ran a 9-man rotation. I bet that was big for you all tonight.
Well, we need bodies right now, so I mean, we'll take him any way we can get him. And Ante's a great kid. He's a kid that came into our program 3 years ago as a walk-on, and he and Giles both were walk-ons for us, and those were guys that eventually made themselves good practice players. Those guys, in their tenure there at Fresno didn't play a whole lot for us. They were really at the end of the game kind of situations where they got in a minute or two, but to their credit, they've really, made themselves, like I said before, good practice players, and now they're guys that can go in and execute what you ask them to do in a game. And, both of those guys are high character kids off the court, as well as on the court. So you trust them in terms of what you're asking them to do on the floor. So they'll continue to give us depth, and we need that a little bit in terms of, you know, this season.
Biggest thing you've taken away from this game going forward at this point?
Well, you know, we have to continue to compete for 40 minutes and be able to close out games. And when you're in possession games, you have to be able to make free throws. And, you know, again, we work on our free throws. We just gotta get up there and knock them down. You know, we gotta knock them down. But we gotta value taking care of the ball. That's just another area we've just not valued taking care of the ball, and we beat ourselves with turnovers. You know, tonight, I don't know how many points they had off of turnovers, but I can guarantee you it was quite a few possessions off of turnovers. But, you know, the unforced ones, and just valuing taking care of the ball against teams that try to climb up in you with pressure. You know, you have to make decisive plays and know you can't beat yourself. So, you know, continue to work on that, and you know, we got to continue to be a scrappy, hard playing team.
What do you think of the growth that Effie showed tonight?
Oh, the big fella's, you know, he's gonna continue to grow throughout the course of his year. You know, and I thought Casey came in and gave us a great defensive presence defensively. You know, I think he had 9 rebounds in the game as well, and I think that really challenged Effie to guard and give us a presence defensively as well. You know, Effie can score the ball, and Casey's going to continue over the course of his career become a guy that we can throw it into and score as well. But I thought that you know, again, you know, down the stretch we really were trying to get the ball inside. We didn't do a great job executing down the stretch. I mean, because right now it's really hard to go say, hey, we're going to give the ball to Evan Gilliard, we're going to go give the ball to Nigel Hawkins or Jordan Latham to go win the game. It's really hard to do, you know what I mean? And that's a lot of pressure on a young player down the stretch to be able to go close a game out. You know, so, you know, you try to play your percentages. You want to play high percentage, high field goal percentage basketball, and you got to execute getting that ball inside. It's got to get inside in the paint, and we just weren't able to do that, especially the last few possessions down the stretch. And, you know, give them credit a little bit when you don't do the details of really working to get it there, you know, and they take you out of kind of what you want to do, then now you have to go make a play, and maybe you put guys in a position that they're not ready to be able to do that yet. They're just not ready yet, you know, and they will be, though, at some point in their career, but just not right now.
It did seem like, to a point, maybe 2/3 of the game in, 17, 18 turnovers, and then you kind of shut things down a little bit and were able to take care of the ball better down the stretch. Did you notice that? Was that something you thought of? Or?
Well, again, you know, the ones that really kill you are the unforced ones. You know what I mean? Where we don't really have pressure to turn it over, and we just give it to them for no reason. You know, so those are the ones that we have to continue to try to eliminate. And you know, again, everything gets back to fundamentals. I tell our young players, you know, maybe you didn't make a right decision with the ball. Something in there was a fundamental breakdown somewhere. You know, so again, you just got to go back to working on your fundamentals, pass the ball, handle the ball the right way, and you know, and then as a receiver, you got to do a great job of setting your guy up and helping that guy out a little bit. So, you know, we'll continue to get better. You know, this time of year, there's so many things and areas that you have to continue to work on and get better with. You know, and as you get into the first part of December, you got to really hone in on those details and really get good at those details. You know, especially in late game situations where you have to execute.
Beginning of the game, you guys shot about 4 for 14. What'd you say to get them rolling and get warm?
You know, again, I always tell our guys to get lost on defense, get lost playing really hard on defense, and offense will come a lot easier to you. If you come out trying to think you're going to just have a great night, you know, on offense without playing really hard on defense, really hard to do in this game. Pros can't do that. Pros got to come in and get lathered up and play hard on offense, you know. Play hard on defense, and then it comes a little easy to them. So we need to settle in, sit down and guard, and we did. We put some really good possessions together. I think we had two possessions early there where we had consecutive stops, and we had like 6 consecutive stops. And so when you get lost early playing hard on defense, then we can get into a rhythm and a flow a little bit offensively.
Any more questions? Thank you, Coach.